This video is going to show you how to begin the stages for making a clay mug. So first you're going to be starting off with a canvas square to prevent your clay from sticking to the table. You're going to need a rolling pin to roll out your slab, and you're going to need 2 wooden sticks to help you make a slab of clay that is flat and smooth and even. We're also going to be using some slip, which is just watery clay, and then we're going to have a container of tools. Specifically, we're going to be looking at using the fork and these wooden tools as well. So to start, we get the clay in the middle of our canvas square, and we have the wooden sticks on either side. You want to make sure that the sticks are close enough together that your rolling pin will be on them. You don't want them to be too far apart, because if your rolling pin is off of it, then you risk having your the walls of your mug too thin. All right, so when you get started, you want to stand up for this, and you're going to start rolling it out. And I usually like to flip it a couple times as I'm doing this. You're also going to make sure that as you're rolling this out, that the template that you're getting, that it's going to have to fit over that. So you can see I still need this to stretch out a little bit more in order to fit this rectangular piece on there. Now you should continue to roll out your slab until the clay stops moving. So at this point I can still see that the clay is moving as I'm rolling it. So I'm going to keep going. And again, it's helpful to just kind of flip it and turn it upside down every once in a while. All right. So now I'm going to check and make sure that my rectangle is going to fit on there. And it looks like it's pretty close, but I will have some spaces where it looks like the corners don't quite reach. Now, because these wooden sticks are just slightly taller than what I need, I can remove them and just kind of roll out in the direction that I need. So you still want to be careful that you don't roll out too much, but there is a little bit of wiggle room. Just be careful not to roll it too thin. All right, so I'm going to check this again. And it looks like that'll fit on there perfect. So now I'm going to take one of my clay knives, and I'm going to hold this in place while I cut it out. And then you're going to want to use those extras for the base. So I'm going to hang on to those. All right, now this is where I'm going to take my slab and I'm going to turn it into a cylinder. So wherever you have clay coming together and you have it attaching, you have to always slip and score. And basically what that means is you have to scratch up the surface where they're going to be connected, and you have to add some slip. The slip is kind of like the glue that's going to keep it together, and by scratching it up, it makes it so that it can really stick well together. That's where the fork comes into play. So if you take your fork and dip it in the slip, you kind of get to do 2 for 1. You get both done at the same time. If you're working with clay that is drier, you might want to add some additional slip on there just to help make sure that it stays together. Okay, so now I'm going to press these together. And I'll be able to reshape this after I get this kind of smoothed out and together. So I push those, and then I bring it back up. And now I have a seam there, and I want to get rid of that. So I'm going to there's a couple different ways that you could do this. If you take a wooden tool that has kind of a flat edge to it, and you scrape up, that's one way, and it'll start to smooth that out. Now you're going to want to have your hand in there for support. I'm just holding this up so you can see it a little bit better. And as you're doing this, you'll notice that that seam is starting to disappear. You want to do that on the top as well. Now, if you notice that the tops of these are starting to look a little uneven, like it's just slightly bumpy, if you just gently tap this on the canvas, that will help to flatten it and make it look nice. I would also try to smooth it on the inside, so I can still see that seam on the inside of there, and I don't want that. So I'm going to use a wooden tool and just smooth the inside of it as well. All right, then in the next video, I'm going to show you how to add on the base, and then I will have a third video that shows you how to do the handle and a couple different ways you can do that. And in the fourth video, I'll give you some ideas on how you can design it.